Any questions? John, let me guess. Bottom mount.
Yep, getting out of mount.
Okay. What was your biggest issue with
So
escaping the mount and just improving your position?
my biggest thing was that I felt like I had good frames.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting ready to start working my leg to try to push him out. But what happened is as I get good frames on him, start working my legs underneath, he'd attack my neck.
Sure.
So then I'd go back to work to defend my neck, and then he'd crawl back up. So then I worked to get back down again, and it was loop back and forth, back and forth.
Could you show me? Do you remember how you mounted?
Just past my guard like normal. I mean, I had him closed,
Uh-huh.
and then I actually opened it myself because I was going to sweep him.
Uh-huh. Which way?
Wasn't sweeping this way, just with that.
Yeah, this way?
Here, and then I was going to bring my knee up
Uh-huh.
and push him back out. Except I didn't extend far enough,
Okay.
so he collapsed me.
Got it.
Came across, and then he
Okay.
came to, and then he mounted.
Okay.
A little bit from right here, and then he finally worked his way across.
So then what was he doing there?
So what he was doing here is, as I came down here, he got me down here,
Gotcha.
and then as I was working my way down, he come and attack my neck.
Got it.
So then I'd work off my neck, but then as he do that, he'd work his way back up.
Okay, so the mount consists of a couple stages. There's the primary mount where they just get the mount position, and then there's the, I guess, secondary mount where they settle in to the position. Okay, that becomes harder. Initially, you get mounted in the first one, just the preliminary mount where there's still kind of, let's just say, lack of control on their part. That's really where you gotta make your movements. Okay. However, the more you let them settle, the deeper you get dug into a hole, and the more you have to dig yourself out. So I would say primarily the thing for when you're mounted is you got to save your neck and keep your arms, okay? Because as he's attacking, okay, I got to keep saving my neck and making sure my arms are in. I've seen a lot of this, a lot of this, a lot of this. This is all just an invitation to have your arms either arm locked or key locked out here. Very difficult to key lock me or arm lock me if my elbows are inside. And I got the little T-Rex situation here where I understand how deep all this has to go in order for it to be a done deal. So if he's trying to feed a collar right here, okay, I can begin to already exploit the fact that he doesn't have any base out that way. And I can let him feed a collar, okay? But as he's feeding, you see, I'm controlling. I'm not threatened by it because I know he's not gonna finish choking. Okay, so I know I'm safe, but I'll let him think, okay, let him go for the call. But what you guys may not be noticing, I'm turning on my side. This is the key to being able to exploit the mount because his left knee's up, but put your left knee down, okay? So as I'm here, I can be, don't tilt, stay on, okay? I can begin to already create this balance and separation where I can begin to escape the mount. Now, escaping the mount consists of a couple things. You're either gonna bump and roll him, which is probably highly unlikely, okay? But what you will probably do is improve your position because if you go one step back from a mount, you get essentially a half guard and then full guard. Half guard, great, as long as you have underhook. But again, you can't be flat. If you're flat and you get mounted, that's bad. Because before he mounted, go ahead.
Before I mounted?
Yeah, before you mounted, okay? You were facing away, right?
Yep.
Okay, so as he's mounting, go ahead. You have to make it difficult for them to actually mount. If you're like this, and you're, or even like this is the easiest way for them to mount, and the most ideal for them way for them to mount you, because you're flat. If you're faced away, I'm okay right here. I know he's not gonna get my collar. My knees are wide, elbow and knee together. I wanna wait for him to mount. Because he'll mount in a half guard. Even if he begins to go back, and even if he begins to, and I keep this knee and elbow here, because now he's got to cover all the space. His mount is between his right leg between my left elbow and left knee. How's he gonna mount without separating it? Even if he goes across my hip line, and let's say here, he gets an underhook right here with this hand. Yeah, okay, go ahead. This is the underhook that still will stop him in this knee. So before I even get mounted, but even let's say, you know, reality, you need this underhook right here, okay? So even here, as he begins to mount, okay, even with the knee across the belt line, go ahead, okay? He keeps putting himself in half guard, okay? But even if he keeps driving that knee down, okay, there's no mount here. Here there is, okay? Here there isn't before anything even happens, okay? And I'm creating pressure, because my feet, they're dynamic. They're able to move. I'm moving, he's trying to mount. The more he, and I can block him here. So I gotta deny him the opportunity to go from the beginning, middle, end of his position and positional objective, which is to mount. If he's, step off, if he's here, this is the beginning, right? I feel him mounting, this is the middle, mount. This is the end. At what point should I react? Towards the end? Between the end and the middle? Or closer to the middle? Possibly between the middle and beginning? I feel it all coming. Because here, there's an S-mount. He grabs my wrist with the left hand. Now he does that, takes my back. But now it's even shitty. If you want to see how that works, look at Claire's sheer domination of her opponent. Those are some tough women, I gotta say. So that's number one. Number two, let's say you completely froze up and you got mounted and you were here, and then you realize, okay, the thing you have to understand is you're probably not gonna bump and roll somebody off of you, as they say. UPA. I hear UPA, UPA, UPA. Yeah, sure. Okay, good luck. Okay. What you need to do is save your neck and begin to flatten out a leg. Okay? Because this leg is gonna meet this elbow, and you're gonna begin to push everything into a half guard. Because right now I see he's attacking the neck and I'm already on my hip. Okay? If he keeps his knee firm flat, I can scoot out and recover an open guard. If he keeps driving that knee forward, okay, right, and he keeps trying to mount, see, he's somewhere in between here, yeah. You immediately go into half guard and turn into with an under. Yeah. Because here now, it's just a matter of time before I will begin to improve my position. And it's okay, okay? Because for me, I'm comfortable because I know when the submission's actually gonna happen. The submission will happen if I'm here and he mounts, and I'm like, okay. And now I'm here and I'm like, okay. Now here's that, I'm like, oh, okay. That sucks. He's not gonna at least move, okay? So he's moving here, and then I'm like flat, and I'm like, okay, he's choking here. I'm like, okay, And I'm like, oh, here. I start choking, I'm like, oh, you know? And then, what's to stop me from moving? Mount is real hard to control, okay? But the key is, you have to recognize where their weight distribution is also. If their weight is on their knees, you're gonna be able to frame against their knees or hip and turn. But either way, you gotta turn to your side. If you're flat, it's the ideal place for them to be. When you're mounted, meaning when you're on top. You wanna keep that person flat. Even any of you guys, like I was rolling with you and Jordan, you turn to your side, hard to control, because you push the knee right into a quarter guard. You know what I mean? Because if he's leaning forward, the knee goes right in there. The key is you don't stay here. Jaden had this issue where she had a half guard, but she's faced the wrong way. And that girl is super, super powerful, and she just kept the pressure, but she had an Ezekiel, okay? So get a Ezekiel, this, and grab your sleeve with the other hand.
Grab my sleeve.
Yeah, with this hand. That's fine, just right here, okay? She had this underhook, but she was doing this, flat. All she had to do was this. And she would have popped out, half guard, and exploited that, okay? So what I highly suggest to you guys is, number one, understand that whenever you're in this position, whichever way you're facing here, okay, let's say for here, okay, and he's even got the underhook here, okay, I need to make it hard for him to mount. I can feel when he's gonna mount. Go ahead, mount. Okay, I let him mount, but in order for him to put weight on this knee, that knee becomes light, and you push it into a half guard. It works really simple, nice and smooth, and you still have a half guard with an underhook. Or you have a guard if he begins to retreat. Does that kind of make sense? So what I would suggest is you're gonna be side control, okay? I need a frame with this hand right here. Here, this arm right here, I shouldn't be here. This does me no good. I need to have it by my hip, so at least I'm defending against his underhook being able to walk my elbow out, okay, here. And I can use this to keep scooting my hips out, maybe put a knee and reconnect my elbow and knee. My objective is to reconnect my elbow and knee. Right now, there's no half guard. I mean, there's no side control. If he is really adamant about mounting, okay? You will feel that when the lead knee goes across the belt line, the trailing knee becomes light. So we're here. So we're here. So this right here is too closed. I would move it around, pinch the elbow, and just control this. Yes, okay? So now, I wouldn't even mount with this. I need to peel this elbow away. But let's say, even if I peel this away, and he's framing this hip, this arm is monitoring this leg, because you're gonna feel this right here. This, and straighten out your right leg. And as I go here, you're gonna push this leg right here into a half guard. And now turn to your left side and get your right underhook. And he immediately already has an underhook. Does that make sense? You guys have to be able to anticipate that. So even if your position is in a deteriorating state, you already have something set up that you can be able to counter. Does that kind of make sense? Okay? So what you're gonna do is, you're gonna try to mount from the near side, with him turning into you, okay? And his objective is to reconnect his elbow and knee, okay? Because if you can do that, there's no side control here, okay? So you're gonna find here, okay? He frames my hip here, okay? Just frame as a monitor, just so I don't walk around. Make a fist, turn the fist towards you, and use this part right here, extend this. It's right there, yeah. Open it up so it's obtuse. I don't know, I'm not a neurologist, but I think it's obtuse. Acute, okay? And then this right here, you want to be careful because this could be a key lock, so you wrap it around here. So let's say I go here, okay? And now I want to mount. Let me say here. But I wouldn't even mount here, okay? Because I gotta watch for this arm, because here, all he has to do is just bridge up with my hip with the right and roll me left. But what I want you guys to practice is just simply this. This arm is here, and I'm gonna let him begin to mount right here. His hand has to walk my elbow away. Yeah, good. You have half guard here. From here, whatever you do with it, you're already in a more dominant position. Okay? He mounts me from the other side. Underhook. Controlling the hip and driving his weight forward. Okay? Because I want to go out the back. Here, it's already, he's going to have a big problem. Does that make sense? He mounts from this side. This is the monitor. Good. Go ahead. Mount. Okay. So you're going to go from one side mount, other side. And then we'll practice when the mount facing away, because that's even easy. Okay, let's do 1, 2, 3. You're just mounting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and switch.